G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to a very special car. We're on Hallett, Graham Baker, and this 70 Boss Mustang. A real Boss Mustang that cut up to a race car, brand new.
Yeah. Well, not so much cut up actually, they really didn't modify them too much.
Yeah, but from a brand new road car straight into a race car.
Straight to the factory.
Is blows my mind down, eh? These are worth a fortune as a restored car, you know. Alright, so how long has this been in your possession?
About 6 or 7 years, this one. The car was originally built by a guy called Greg Hessler, and he lived in the Michigan area and worked for Dearborn Steel and Tube. They used to do work for Ford.
Yep.
They built the Ford Thunderbolt and stuff like that.
Yes,
so he was a young guy in that scene, and had a lot of connections with Ford, and there was other guys, Ford engineers that were racing in SCCA, A sedan series at the time.
Yep.
And so he brought this car, immediately turned it straight into a race car with help from his mates. He was good friends with Warren Tope that used to run in Trans Am and used to crew for him. A lot of Warren's parts, sort of hand-me-down parts, ended up on this car. The dash cut out of here, the head's on it. There's Carcraft leaf springs in the back, all that sort of stuff. But at the time, Ford produced a manual, a 302 chassis manual for people wanting to build a Trans Am car essentially.
Yeah, right.
And this is built to stage 3 of, there's 3 stages. Stage 3 was the full-on race version. And it was just a how-to and a parts list. So Ford went through their bin. The best brakes that they had, the biggest brakes, were the Lincoln Continental brakes.
Oh, yep.
So that's what's on the front of this car.
Oh, really?
And they made a conversion kit for the standard front brakes to go on the back. So this car's got Mustang front discs on the rear.
Oh.
So you couldn't buy a Mustang for a long time that had rear disc brakes, but in 1970 in the Trans Am series they ran them.
Yeah, crazy.
And so no new stuff on it. Everything on this car has got a Ford part number on it.
Yeah, cool. So this is, you were saying before, this is practically what Pinelli Jones run.
Yeah, it's identical spec. It's exactly what they ran in Trans Am. Essentially, it's a Trans Am car.
Yeah.
It didn't start in a Trans Am race.
Right.
But it could have.
Yeah, right.
And it was in that area at the time. It was Greg just didn't have the funds to go and do the Trans Am series.
Yeah.
But the car itself is exactly the same spec.
Yeah, cool. So that went from there to Aussie, you were saying, and then you got it out of Oz?
There was a little bit in between. So the car did 1970 to 73 with Greg, and then it sat around for quite a few years. It went through a couple of owners and didn't race. And then a couple of guys brought the car in 1989, did a light resto on it, and raced it in what was vintage racing by that point.
Oh, yeah.
The car's still exactly as they restored it. It was just got a coat of paint and pulled down, put back together. There was nothing really changed on the car. And they only raced it from 89 to 92.
Oh, right.
And then the car sat in a workshop or in a just engine. The guy had an engine shop actually. John Van Proom was his name, and he had an engine building business, and it sat in his workshop or display area for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And then it was sold to a gentleman in Australia, and through my brother who lives over there, we knew of the car and we had an opportunity to buy it about 6 or 7 years ago, and then we brought it here.
Cool, and it's only ever raced at Tiratonga in this country?
Yeah, where the first run there was about 3 years ago, and at that time, the last race it had was at Sebring in 92.
Oh, wicked.
So it was about 30 years to the day since it raced.
Wicked.
Yeah,
wicked. Well, that'd be cool to have it whipping around here then.
Yeah, first time at levels. So
cool.
We're keen to get it out there.
Absolutely. Oh, we'll whip inside here and have a bit of a nosy. So this must have run at night then, hasn't it?
Yeah, those lights on the doors are for endurance racing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And it was run as an endurance car?
Yeah, it did. 6 hour, 3 hour and 6 hour events.
Yeah.
The Sundowner at Motorsport in '73 was one of the ones they did. That's a 6 hour event.
Gee, 6 hours winging one of these around, you'd know you'd done some work.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Greg used to do them with his father-in-law. So they would drive together. It was actually his father-in-law that got him into car racing.
Yeah. And that's one of the original seats. I was just looking at that seat.
Yes, when we got the car, it still had the driver's seat. I've still got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a low back seat, and the driver's one had a
with the headrest up here. Yeah.
Which we can't run. Yeah, can't run that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence. That seat, man.
No, even the old belt system.
Yes. Yeah, that would have. They were keen back then, weren't they?
They certainly were.
So onboard fire extinguisher as well?
Yep.
That was fitted back then?
Yep.
Damn, this thing's a bit of a hot rod, isn't it?
Yeah, but the chassis manual had there was a car that they built, and they photographed that car for the purpose of that manual.
Oh, yep.
So there's photographs of the gauges and the brake assemblies front and back, and the roll cage in particular. So that car, the guys that built that roll cage for that chassis manual also built this cage.
Ah.
So this is identical to the one that's in the manual.
Yeah.
And when we brought the car into New Zealand to get it complied, this still complies with the current Motorsport New Zealand rules. We didn't have to alter this cage.
Oh, that's handy.
At all.
Oh, that sort of keeps with its originality as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole car is completely original. The only thing we did to this car to get it to comply for New Zealand was put a tow strap on the front, a towing hook. And that was it.
Oh, that's not terrible. Not a big job list.
No.
Oh, this is cool. Oh, we might have a look in there under the engine there. Great set of wheels on it too, aren't they? Yeah, they're cool.
No, not the period wheels. We have got those in the trailer.
Oh yeah. I like them. The old Hoosiers.
Yes, the Hoosier or Goodyear bias ply tyre is what we have to run in this group. That's what's original to the car.
Yeah.
So it makes them a little bit wobbly. You don't have the grip that you'd like, but that's just how they work.
Yeah, it definitely looks a hot rod race car, doesn't it? It's quite a trip looking thing.
So yeah, that's a Boss 302. So most people probably won't recognise the intake manifold. It's a weird looking thing. That's actually a Bud Moore Racing Mini Plenum, which the 70 Trans Am cars ran.
That would be a rare item these days, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably not many of them outside the US actually. Fortunately, when we brought the car, it came with a spare 302. This is a Boss 302 engine. Came with a spare one, which also had another mini plenum on top of it. So we've got a couple of those.
It's not the worst thing to have in the spare part bin.
Yeah.
Nice.
And these are the original engine to the car, is it, or you don't know?
The heads are. So those are the heads that came off Warren Tope's car. The block was rebuilt in '89 when they restored it, so that's an '89 dated block.
Oh, yep.
The spare engine that came with it is a '71 block and heads.
Oh, yep.
But that's about as new as it gets. At the moment, we've got an MSD distributor in there. That's temporary while we rebuild the XL one and put that back in.
Oh, yes, cool. Yeah, cool, isn't it? Imagine a whole heap of these running back in the day. What a thing.
30 of them out there. Yeah.
What a thing.
Huge crowd.
And this is the original colour for this?
Yep.
It's an original, orange it is, I suppose?
Yeah, Calypso Coral, that colour.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's what they call it. It's yeah, they just resprayed over it really. There's the.
Yeah, I just was reading that before. That oh, sorry, I thought you were talking.
That's the G on there tells you that it's a genuine Boss.
Genuine Boss. Yeah, I was just looking at this.
That's from the June Sprints in 1972 at Road America. So that windscreen's been in the car since then.
Yeah. What do we find, eh?
Yeah, it's a special wee car.
Yeah, definitely is a special car. I didn't realise it was as cool as it was, actually.
It'll be fun to see it out there this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. There's a lot of cars here that I haven't seen before, so
yeah, no, good.
this is definitely one of them. I haven't seen this before, so I'm looking forward to seeing this stretching its legs.
This one in particular, you get a different feeling with this car. I've said this to a few people, but it feels like you go back in time.
Yeah.
When you get in here, you feel like
Yeah,
you're back in 1970
70s.
because the car is just so original and so raw. It's you can picture that's exactly how
Yeah,
they were.
yeah. Have you got the old overalls, the helmet and everything as well?
Yeah, I've got some of those old white overalls, but I'm not the right shape for white overalls. So.
Very diplomatic. Oh no, that's
We'll
excellent.
work on that.
Yeah, nice. Oh, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And no doubt we'll catch up
Great.
over the weekend.
Good
Thank
to
you,
see
Graham.
you. Thank
Good
you.
work.
Appreciate it.